Greetings, friends, and ready here, back with another DVD Blu-ray update. It's really warm today where I'm at. I think it's in the 60s, really unusual for early November. So I'd figure I'd break out and do some videos. I still can't do them outside because I like the light better out here, and my son's been screaming a little bit too much today. Alright, so I'm just going to get right into the update. Okay, first up, we have Terror Train. This is part of the Scream Factory label. It's been a while since I've seen this one. I'm happy to have it. Remember, Mom took me to the old Bel Air Drive-In in Detroit to see this movie back in the early 80s. We used to always go every weekend to watch horror movies, and this was one that I really enjoyed. This is the one. Actually, it's funny because someone was talking about in another video how people were referring to this movie as Halloween on a Train. And that's basically how the movie was originally thought up. I think it was either a producer or a writer had recently watched Silver Streak and Halloween, and then he had some weird fever dream where they kind of meshed the two movies. So he woke up and jotted down some ideas, and there you go, we have Terror Train. The original title of this was Terrible Train, which is kind of a weird, almost like a comedy actually, other than a horror movie. This film also stars a girl that's named Vanity. She was one of Prince's proteges. She had a group called Vanity 6 back in the early 80s as well. But here we go, Terror Train. I love this artwork. The thing that I love about Scream Factory is they're pretty much as close as we're ever going to get to an American company that's doing like Arrow releases. You know, like all their DVDs, or most of them so far, and Blu-rays have had great special features. Right. My next pickup is They Live. This is the DVD. Then again, I really love this artwork. I also love the sticker here. For those who've seen the movie will get the joke with that sticker on there, the buy sticker. It's a really cool movie. This movie was way ahead of its time. Roddy Piper and Keith David there, Meg Foster. It was a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to watching this one. Alright. These next two are Anchor Bay releases. We have Phantasm III, Lord of the Dead. I didn't mind this one. I just picked these up because HMV had them on sale for $5 a piece. And, you know, like the Phantasm movies, I really just liked the first two. This one I thought was okay. And then next up, obviously, we have Phantasm IV, Oblivion. And this one I didn't really like that much, mainly because this one, like Don Coscarelli didn't really have much money on this one. So he used a lot of extra footage from the original Phantasm in this. So as of right now, this is like the concluding chapter in the series, although there's rumors of a fifth one coming out next year, which I hope are true. Because Roger Avery wrote a kick-ass script back in the 90s that they were going to make, and then the funding fell through on that. And while I'm on the topic too of the Scream Factory, I just took a look at their website, and they got some really cool stuff coming out soon. They have Wes Craven's Deadly Blessing coming out that I'm really excited to get my hands on. And there's, even for down the line, there's Phantasm II. They've gotten the rights to that. It seems that Scream Factory is getting the rights to a lot of the old Universal stuff. So maybe we'll see like a release of The Thing at some point, or Prince of Darkness or something like that. That would be awesome. Another thing too, Scream Factory is also going to be releasing an edition of From Beyond, which is going to be cool because that's out of print right now. I was a fool and passed on that when it came out a couple years ago. Alright, let's continue on with the update. Alright, next up we have Grave Encounters. This one I watched online last year, and it kind of surprised me. I watched the trailer, it looked kind of cool, and then I watched the movie and it was just as cool as the trailer. I know the sequel is getting ready to come out, so I'm looking forward to that. This is the film about a group of filmmakers that go into an abandoned asylum because they're basically, we're not filmmakers, they have like one of those ghost hunting TV shows, and the show is called Grave Encounters, and I think this is episode 5 or 6 or something. and they did a really good job with this one. A lot of these movies, like Paranormal Activity, you just sit around waiting for something to happen. And this movie, you don't have to really do that much. There's not scenes where you're scanning each section of the frame looking for something to move. This one was really enjoyable. All right, moving on. This next one was a recommendation from Andrew Balina, and I happened to see this used at a family video, so I decided to pick it up. And it is The Clinic. This is a really cool movie. This movie is about a group of women who wake up in, I think it's an abandoned slaughterhouse, and they were all pregnant, but when they woke up, they've all had C-sections and their babies are gone. They kind of wake up in like a bathtub full of ice, kind of like you know, the story, the urban myth about the people getting their liver stolen. You know, they meet a woman at a bar, take some drinks, go back to a hotel room, then they pass out, wake up, and their liver's gone, or something like that, or you know, a kidney or something. This movie is actually really cool. It's kind of kind of like a mystery, and there's also like slasher elements to it. Even elements of Hostel as well in this movie. It's Australian and it came out a couple years ago. I'm surprised this didn't get a little bit more press. Like, if it wasn't for Andrew, I would have totally missed this one. So thank you, Andrew, for that. I think I might even put a link to his video where he just talks about this movie. He talks about much more than I'm going to talk about it. All right. Next up, we have an Asylum release, and it's Nazis at the Center of the Earth. It's kind of funny with Asylum because they're notorious for being the mockbuster filmmakers. Like, every time something comes out, they got their version of it. Although this film here, I think, is supposed to be their version of Iron Sky, you know, where the Nazis are on the moon, so they went the opposite way, you know, like they always do. So they do the moon, we'll do the center of the earth. It stars Dominic Swain and Jake Busey. I've kind of heard goofy things about this movie. Like, it's not supposed to be very good. It's supposed to be in the vein is so bad it's good. So I'll have to take some time out and watch that. Alright, now we're on to my last pickup, and it's a 4-pack. I was really excited to get this. It's from Warner Brothers. It's the 4 Films Favorites Twisted Terror Collection, and we have Wes Craven's Deadly Friend, Eyes of a Stranger, The Hand, and Someone's Watching Me, which is I think it's like a 1976 John Carpenter TV movie or something. I had no idea he'd even done that. This one was, I've been wanting this for a while, mainly for Eyes of a Stranger, which is like a slasher film that stars Jennifer Jason Leigh, and I've always was a big fan of Deadly Friend. But I want to talk about this one for a minute because about the way that the discs are contained in this thing. So I'm going to open this up. As you can see here, they're kind of stacked one on top of each other. Let's see. I was looking at this one here, and it's got a little bit of a surface scratch on it. That was Deadly Friend. This is Eyes of a Stranger. There's The Hand. I remember watching this on TV back in the 80s. I really enjoyed this one. It'll be interesting to see what I think about that one now. Let's see if I can get this out. I took both of them. And there's Someone's Watching Me. See, it seems like this this hub here seems a little extra big. You know, I don't know what I'm going to do if this thing ever breaks. I might have to go out and print up cover art for all these movies and put them in their own separate discs. That might be the best way to do it, because I don't want these things to get all scratched to crap. Alright guys, that's my update. Thanks for watching, and next time I will talk to you guys later.